So this was one of my first sessions with Arlo, and it doesn't look like there's a whole lot happening here, so I just want to explain what you're seeing. First of all, he's wearing his muzzle, which he was already conditioned to, but he does paw at it sometimes, and I want him to get really comfortable wearing it, just because there are going to be times where he has to wear it, just to keep everybody safe, because he is super anxious and he is reactive. So he'll have that on a lot of the time when I'm working with him, just to keep him used to it. And so we're working on getting him accustomed to pressure here. So you're going to see me applying pressure with the leash as he gets out ahead of me. And then I'm just going to wait for him to turn and move toward me. And then I'm going to immediately relax that pressure. So that's super important. That timing's important. So I let him get right out ahead of me. He's been introduced to his prong collar here. And I let that leash tension happen. And I let it get tight. And I'll gradually increase it until he turns and moves toward me with that pressure instead of fighting against it. And at that moment, I praise and immediately release the pressure. And we just pattern that over and over and over again to start wiring his brain to make the right decision when he feels leash pressure. And then that will often transfer over to the e-collar really well too, which we'll do probably later on. And so it doesn't look like there's a ton happening here, but that is sort of our foundation for everything, is teaching the dog how to respond to pressure. But you can also see how independent he is and how much he wants to go, and hardly even notices that I'm even present. So very tuned out, very independent, anxious. You can hear the whining at points. Just wants to go check everything out. Not really interested in who I am or what's going on with me, but that will come later. So he's not getting any free food right now. If he wants to eat, he eats from my hand for doing things that I ask him to do. And so we're working on building that engagement. But I'll let you watch the video, and you can see how he's doing learning to respond to the pressure. Right here. Good. No. So I'm not going to let him paw at his muzzle. We don't want to. I want him to really get used to wearing that. And not because he's super aggressive or anything, but he is highly anxious, and he does react to environmentals sometimes. And so as I start trying to harness that anxiety and that energy, and I tell him he can't do some of these behaviors, he's going to potentially need another outlet for that, and that outlet could be me. So this keeps everybody safer when I'm working him, particularly in an environment where we might see something he reacts to. No. Just a little leash pop there for pawing at the muzzle. So pressure. Good. And see, he just wants to go. He's totally tuned out. He wants to go, what's over here? What's over here? What's over here? What's over here? So he hasn't even looked at me once. Pressure. Good. Which is fine. Pressure. Good. So I like eye contact, but it is overrated. Good. And frankly, even if I get that from this guy, it's going to be a little while. Right now, he's really independent, and he just wants to go do his own thing. And so we're just starting to talk about pressure and how to shut pressure off. And that's the beginning. Good boy. So that's the foundation for everything. So we're doing that on his prong collar right now, and we'll do it on his e-collar as well, probably tonight. If not tonight, definitely tomorrow.